Welcome back to the Hall of Fame college football live stream. We're running a little behind today, ladies and gentlemen, but we appreciate your patience. I am your host, Jason Watkins. I am back with the frenemy, Mr. Bryce Pinson. And if you love college football, you are definitely in the right place. So before you forget, smash that red subscriber button. I got some red light on my face right now. Like our videos, and don't forget to ring that bell so you do not miss one moment of the Hall of Fame college football podcast and live stream. Bryce Pinson, where you been, man?
I'm lost. I'm a lost little puppy.
How are you lost, bro? What happened? What's going on?
I don't know, bro. My wife let me out of the house, and I couldn't find my way home. It was crazy.
Well, that happens. Yeah, well,
yeah. I'm back. Here we are.
Little lost guys and stuff like that. I get it. Cool. All right. So, kind of a crazy week, hadn't it been, in college football? There has been some craziness down in Texas area from Austin to College Station. You've got silly stuff going on. Obviously, mostly with the Texas stuff, it was just the fact that they could not hold on to their 17-point advantage. Up the road, they're smoking the devil's lettuce in the locker room, getting kicked out, losing games too. And they're now 4-5 after starting the year number 6 in the country.
They're just trying to follow Johnny Manziel's lead. He was on camera. Johnny Manziel was on camera in that little football league he was playing in, smoking a joint on camera.
Was he?
Oh, so that is awesome. A Texas A&M thing, apparently, is, you smoke that devil's lettuce. It helps your arm, your legs. You do everything a little bit better.
Oh, do you? Oh, well, that's
what Johnny said. Right. What Johnny said.
Okay. Hey, listen, why wouldn't you? Folks, we are on our way to 1,000 subscribers, and we hope that if you are already a subscriber, thank you so much. If you're not, share our stream. Let everybody know that this is the place to be for college football news and fun times. This is what we do, guys. We're enjoying this. If you would like for us to continue to bring you amazing college football content, make sure you share with everybody. And if you're not already a subscriber, hit the button now, please. We need those 1,000 subscribers. So, I don't know if this is I think the chat should be working, but
yeah, I think so.
I'm not sure if it is. Folks, if you're in there, give us a chat, give us a yes, something in there. I'm not seeing the chat up there yet, but we'd like to. So let us know.
I would like
to. We would like to. All right. So, okay. We were talking a little bit about this earlier. Kind of one of the things, obviously, we need to get into. Oklahoma will be back into their schedule after a week off. It was a much needed week off, as we talked about. You said it, I said it. We were both talking about the fact that they were in need of a off week. They got a win going into it. Dylan Gabriel's back and healthy. Now the hope is obviously that if they can get the defense moving in the right direction. They're on the road at a team, Iowa State, that's lost a lot of games so far in the Big 12, but they got the number one scoring defense in the league. And it's a tough place to play over there. Matt Campbell knows what he's doing. And if it wasn't for a missed targeting call, and not a fumble, they probably win in Austin a couple of weeks back. So they're both coming off of a bye. Matt Campbell's doing pretty well off of buys in his career. He's right around 500, but a lot of that was when he was at Toledo. So what are your thoughts here? Let's go ahead and get started there. Are you going to take your shots now?
Well, I'm not going to – I love Oklahoma in this game, and every time I pick them, they seem to lose. So I'm going to go ahead and pick Oklahoma to freaking trash.
Hey, we're not doing picks today.
Oh, my bad. Shut up. You know what, man? I got nothing to say. That's all I got to say is we kicked y'all's butts, and I hope the good times keep rolling over there in Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? And
Folks, I know there's some Sooner fans in this stream. Get on him. Let's go. That's what I've been waiting for, to get him on a live video so that you guys can go right at him, because he deserves it. But keep it clean. Do not be dirty. Only I'm allowed.
Don't be dirty. Take a shower, Bo. Take you a shower.
Take a shower, Bo.
Oklahoma Sooner boys. Take showers. Don't be dirty.
Well, listen, Venable's press conference the other day was, I don't know, you could take it a couple of ways. I felt like the way that he was going about what he was saying was just that mostly that you have to, there's no shortcuts in this, that they're going to have to continue to do things. The one thing that he loves about coaching and doing things the way they do them is that, you know where you're at week to week, because there's no shortcuts. I actually like that. So, but that being said, he was like, we could win these next 5 games. We could lose these next 5 games. In other words, we're going to have to come to play every week.
In other words, he doesn't know what kind of team he has anymore. And any coach could say, you know what, I could say that about anyone. Well, they could win all the games or they could lose all the games. You know what? I got something, Jason. I realized something. The reason that you're talking so much trash about it, Texas A&M smoking the devil's lettuce, is because I forgot them boys from Oklahoma roll their joints all wrong. They're too dang skinny and they're way too long. And you know, that's all I got to say is that's why you have a problem with it, is because you can't roll a joint.
We're going to just cut that one right off right there. Go ahead and mute him for that one. Let's listen to Coach Venables for a second. I don't even know where that was going.
Oh, bro.
Is. And so that's obviously we're trying to, emulate all that, throughout our program.
Brett, when you said we could win every game, we could certainly lose every game, is that kind of maddening to not be able to know, kind of have that preconceived notion of who you're better than? Or
I don't mean to cut you off, but I don't mean to cut you off, but that's the game of football. You can't cheat this game. This game will reward you for precision, for your work, for your grind, what you do in the dark. It will reward you for that, and it'll punish you for mistakes. So, again, whether we're 6-0, I probably would say the same thing as I stand here and look at the schedule sitting in front of us. So that doesn't surprise me, and it's not maddening. That's this profession. That's this game. And that's why I've always had great respect. I think one of the reasons that I've been on a bunch of successful teams is the leadership, and including myself, buy into the mindset of respecting the game, respecting what it takes to prepare, to play well, to play consistently, all the little things, respecting the mindset of an opponent, playing and competing to a standard every single day. And, deeply buying into that. And if you skip a day, if it's an occasional belief, right? If it's an occasional commitment, then you're going to be exposed. And that's what I'm talking about. This game will reward you for what you do consistently, not what you do occasionally. And it doesn't reward you for, what everybody else thinks that you could be. It doesn't reward you for your potential. It rewards you for your performance. This is a game of performance. What you do on the field matters. What you do on the practice field matters. What you do in recovery.
All right. There was a little more of that left, but obviously you get the gist of it. He was not saying that he didn't know what was going on. He was saying that obviously you have to show up every day on the practice field and in the games and do what you go ahead and keep saying it. This is a process for this team. We talked about it. They've 44% turnover in the roster, the entire coaching staff gone. Even Bryce said it last week. We're talking about it that, Lincoln, he didn't leave the cupboard heavy. The quarterbacks are gone. They've got Dylan Gabriel. And if you don't have him, then, your chances are pretty nil. I mean, they didn't score anything against Texas when they probably would have with him. But I mean, listen, you started to see some different things turn around, even on that defensive side, even though this is not the players that he brought in. Not to say that they're throwaways, because these are kids that went to Oklahoma. So you have to expect them to come in and play well as all, you have to do it. That being said, you also had to have some realistic expectations if you're an Oklahoma fan, and I know that a lot of people hadn't. My hope is that maybe I feel like they can get it turned around and win some games coming down the stretch. If they win 3 of 5, that'd be more than good. They're 4-3 now. That'd be 7 and it'd be 7 and it'd be a 7-5 season. But listen, I could see that being doable. Where are you at on that one?
Well,
3 of 5, I could see them doing that.
I don't know. They could win them all or they could lose them all. But anyways, let me move on. Let me say something real quick, Jason. I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, and I'm starting to realize that this coach right here. Have you ever been in like a good relationship and then you broke up and then
no,
you had
never.
To get the rebound?
No, never.
This is a rebound, and I smell the winds of change, or I feel the winds of change in college football. Oklahoma's going away. Alabama's going away. Georgia and Tennessee are coming on up, and I think it's great. I just love
I'll tell you what.
Texas favored versus the bye week. I like that comment. I don't know, man. They might try to give that one away too, Sean. That's what happens. But
Sean is the man, dude. This is the best troll that in our entirety of our channel. He's the number one troll. Except you kind of unless it was you last week, Sean, that was doing all that calling in. Like, you know how to like clone phone numbers and do all that stuff too, because it was blowing up. Somebody was blowing me up in this freaking thing on Saturday night, dude. I was so mad, but it was no. Thanks, John. Hey, that's a perfect one. Is Texas favored versus the bye week? Is it on the road? That's the question. And will they have a lead at the half?
That's funny.
He says it wasn't him. No. Is it on the road though? I don't know. If it's a road game, I'd say no, because they're 1-6 on the road with Sark there. Yeah, we could go ahead and jump into that. And thank you for that, Sean. That's a great little, that's a nice little segue for the Texas Longhorns. They, fans are getting a little restless there. And you know what? Rightfully so. I got to say it. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I think that they need to fire Sarkisian. I'm not. Even though, I hope he stays forever. I got to tell you. As an Oklahoma fan, I hope he stays forever. That being said, listen, the recruiting tells you, and they look better on the field than they have, but it's definitely his fault what happened this past weekend. There's no way that you should have coughed up a 17-point lead in the second half, throwing deep passes on a crosswind in that stadium. And when you've got Bijan Robinson running well, you had Roschon Johnson running well, and you're just throwing it up on these long passes that weren't connecting. I don't know what kind of situation you putting, even as good as Quinn has been, what kind of situation are you putting him in to have to go and win that game like that on the road in a tough environment like that? It just didn't make sense to me. And this is what he does. He's 10-10 as the head coach at Texas. Out of those 10 losses, 7 of them they've had a second half lead. 7.
Listen, I got to jump in here. So last week we're watching this game. We are watching this game, me and Jason, and I have a DraftKings lineup. I got Bijan Robinson in that lineup.
Screaming,
out of 2,000 people, I'm about to come in first place if they just hand the ball to Bijan. That's all they got to do. They hand the ball
and
off.
Look, damn, Quinn Ewers just threw another interception, Sean says.
Listen, they hand the ball to Bijan. He runs for 11 yards. They get the first down. They throw the ball 3 times and they punt. They get the ball back. They hand the ball to Bijan. He runs for 11 yards. They get the first down. They throw the ball 3 times and they punt. They did it like 3 times, and I am losing my mind.
And with a 17-point lead, sit on the freaking football.
By the way, I still won first place out of about 2,000. Just throwing that in there. with my draft.
It's because you are the freaking man.
That's what I do.
Fantasy football cheat code right here, boys and girls.
That's
right here, the fantasy football cheat code. Look, man, it was. I mean, to me, it was funny. I mean, I don't like either team, so it's it was 6 in one and half a dozen in the other. But it's fun to watch Texas lose. And then he forgot they didn't hang around to sing "Eyes of Texas" either. That pissed a lot of people off in Austin. A lot of people. So here's the thing. I said earlier, should they fire him? No, I don't think they should. I think it's early. I think that maybe he can get it. But what I will say is this: in 2 years, is he still going to be what he is right now, which is a 500 coach? He's always been a 500 coach.
The best thing for college football going forward, and I believe this, if somehow, because listen, let me just say something. College football is better when these big programs are good. When Alabama's good, when Texas is good. College football is better.
Yeah,
and no. Let me finish. The two best things that could possibly happen in this offseason, they won't happen, but they could. Lane Kiffin and Urban Meyer become the coach of Oklahoma and Texas. That would be a W for college football. And it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But if
here's the thing. Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to talk about that A&M stuff here in a few minutes. But no. Here's the thing: is again, I wouldn't say never with Texas. This is knee-jerk university you're talking about.
But that wouldn't be a knee-jerk
university.
Lane Kiffin or Urban Meyer, let's go. Get that guy out of here.
Well, I mean, Lane has a job. He's got a job, but you take that job if you're Lane, probably.
Oh, because they're going to pay him. They're going to pay him.
Sure, you would have to. Now, of course, he's coming off of. I think A&M would be the one that goes after Lane. I think that Urban, if anybody gets Urban, it would be Texas. I know Nebraska was looking at him, or they were courting him whenever for the Oklahoma game. But I don't know how that went.
Okay, let's go there real quick. Listen, Urban Meyer to Nebraska. Nobody
false start on
to
Texas.
See that. Yeah, I saw that. Nobody wants to see Urban Meyer to Nebraska because I'm telling you, not even Urban Meyer, the great Urban Meyer, can turn that into a championship program. He could turn, like we talked about earlier, he could turn Texas into a championship. Oklahoma,
When
Georgia Tech, no Nebraska. No
crazy,
kid in their right mind wants to go play up in the snow. No amount of money could make you choose Nebraska over Texas.
You got to stop.
That is a terrible job for Urban.
Texas job isn't open. The Texas job isn't open, and the Nebraska job
needs to be. It needs to be open.
Oh, so you think that they need to fire Sark then? Is that where you're at?
If they can get no. If they can get Urban or Lane Kiffin, absolutely. If you can't get one of those two guys, let's continue with Sark.
What?
You know I'm right.
No, I don't. They still are on the hook for a lot of money too.
If you could get Urban,
listen, I want them to. Hey, listen, man, I want. Sark
I know what
to
you
stay
want.
Forever.
I know what you want. But if you could get your hands on Urban or Lane,
I don't think
keep
that's
Sark or keep
I
your boy
think that's
Venables.
not. Okay, so let me ask you this: what if you lose Arch Manning? What if you lose all these recruits that they got coming in?
Who cares? You get Lane Kiffin, you get a new program, you get a winning program. Who cares?
Arch Manning could have played for Lane Kiffin. He decided to go to Texas instead.
That's fine. Who cares? He can move on.
His family went to Ole Miss, and he didn't want to go play for Lane.
You know who you need? You need a coach. You can find recruits. They always get good recruits. You need a coach.
They do.
Bye, Arch. Don't care.
Yeah. Well, and I know that everybody, I mean, you're going to get everybody saying what they've been saying all week. And it's that, that because of Arch, this is why they'll never do it. Oh, yeah. Dude, see, this guy adds to the show. He's a troll, but he adds to the show. Bring back drunk USC version of Sark. At least the press conferences wouldn't be a snoozer. Yeah, and he's liable to hit on a co-ed. It's some good stuff. No, man, I don't want to bust him up too much about that. Look, I just still think it's early. I do. And I think that if you can try to keep this recruiting class together with what you're doing, you got Gary Patterson. They do look better. They do. They look better than they did a year ago.
Yeah,
but in the end.
You know what was early? You know what was flipping early? Is firing Tom Herman. That was early.
Definitely. Hey, listen, I
don't want to hear about early. Let's move on from this guy and let's get a real coach.
I said this to you earlier before we came on. The one thing about it is okay, if you keep him, and 2 years from now, he's still 500 Sark, which he's always been since he was at Washington.
You wasted
and then
2
at
years.
SC. You just wasted 2 years. And now you're going into the freaking SEC with a new coach. And are you ready?
Is Urban available at that time, or does he have
probably not?
Job?
Oh no,
exactly.
Urban's going to have a job.
Yep.
But I think Urban. I don't think that Urban takes. I think that they don't do it though. I just don't see them doing it. That I should never say that. You should never say it. Knee jerk university, they could do it.
I hope they do.
Should they do it? Probably not.
Yes. Why not?
Now,
give me one reason why not.
I get it, man. I get it. So let me ask you this. Did you see what happened in College Station this week? What's going on over here, man? I'm going to say this one more time. I said it twice the other day, but I got to say it one more time. LSU, if you are not like engraving up thank you letters or whatever the hell you got to do to just thank Texas A&M for being Aggie, just for being who they are and making sure that you could not get Jimbo Fisher, so you had to hire Brian Kelly, who is now 6-2 at LSU, and just kicked Lane Kiffin's teeth in on the road in a game nobody thought was going to happen.
Timeout. Yeah. Nobody. What I tell you last week? I said, hey, I think LSU is a lot better than. Oh, I absolutely did. Are you freaking kidding me? We can rerun the tape. I said, listen, the problem I have is LSU is a lot better team than I think, and Ole Miss ain't played nobody yet. That's what I said. I didn't say who was going to win, but I said LSU has played. Ole Miss didn't play the easiest schedule in college football at 6-0 or whatever they were, undefeated, easiest schedule. Don't tell me nobody.
They have played the easiest. So they're just all backloaded. So you're going to find out what they're really about coming up. Well, but here's the beauty of it. And this is who I think Lane goes to A&M if he goes anywhere. But this one is where you're at. I think if A&M wasn't Aggie and didn't do the stupid thing they did and give him $95 million and owe him $85 if they were to fire him now.
Jimbo ain't going nowhere, man.
He's not going anywhere. Although once Ole Miss comes in and slaughters them this weekend, they're probably going to want Lane.
Oh, they're going to wish. Oh, I guarantee you, they're going to wish they could get rid of him. They know they made a mistake.
But how can
he's there?
How can
he's
you?
There.
And here's the other thing. Everybody keeps saying, "Well, he's got to give up play calling duties. He's got to give up the play calling, and he's got to do this and he's got to do that." He don't have to do jack shit. He can do whatever he wants. You know why? Because they don't have any kind of reason. I mean, what is it? What is they going to come in and say? You got to do it. Okay, well, yeah. You know what? Fire me then, because I'm not giving it up. And I can tell you that after the game in South Carolina, there was everybody's asking him about it. He has not one time acted like he cares anything about giving up play calling duties, and I don't see him doing it. Now they're terrible. The quarterbacks are terrible. They're not getting anything done on offense. They're like 105th nationally on offense scoring. Yeah. And he's supposed to be a guru? Come on, man. Silly stuff, man. Silly. They got the best. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Here we go. And yeah, but they do get good weed over there. Good weed.
And then boys from Oklahoma, never mind.
And they let them do it in the locker room. No, they don't let them, but that happened, I guess. That's so great. So it's the second time. It's the second time this year that these freshmen, 2 of the 3 that got suspended indefinitely, this is the second time this year they've been suspended. Crazy deal. I can't even believe that happened, man. Apparently it was a locker room incident, and the word is out there that they were in there chiefing it up in the locker room. That's what you know what that is. That is a two of these middle fingers right up to Jimbo, and we're in your locker room, bruh. We don't care.
They're going to be on Last Chance U next year.
Probably.
They'll be studs.
These are guys. He has all these 5-star kids, and he's freaking 3 and 4. Unbelievable. And really, he could be at best. He's lucky he got lucky in the Arkansas game that they clanged that one off the freaking the goalpost. He really shouldn't have won the Miami game, as crappy as they are. He could be 1-6 right now. And he started the season the number 6 ranked team in the country.
I wouldn't go there.
They did start the season.
What Oklahoma
ranked number
start?
6. It doesn't matter.
Oklahoma's
got a winning record. Oklahoma's got a winning record. Oklahoma's got a winning record. So bottom line is, hey, you can say what you want about that, but I'm telling you now, look at this. This guy comes in at number 6. They got him picked 3rd in the SEC. And they could very easily be 1-6 with their only win being over, who was it? That freaking whatever that school is down in Corpus Christi, whatever it is. Bro, bad deal.
Yep.
And again, what do? You can't fire him. You're not going to just pay the dude $85.9 million to go sit on the couch. There's no way. No way. Wow.
I mean, and dude, that would be a win-win for him. He could go get another job somewhere, make some more money, have a chance, go find another quarterback that's already having some success that he can, ride his curtail for a couple years, get another big payday, and then get fired there too. That'd be a win-win for him. Man.
Yeah, listen.
Maybe Texas would hire him.
Oh, they wouldn't hire him.
I'm just kidding.
But kind of going through some of the rest of the week this week. We got week 9. We've got in the Big 12, the top team in the Big 12 is still TCU. They're going on the road this week to West Virginia, who got housed last week at home by Texas Tech. Or no, it was on the road. Sorry, but they did get housed. And then Oklahoma State goes into Kansas State. Now, this is another one of those important games for OSU. What I would tell you is I believe that they'll probably win because they'll get close down there to where all they got to do is beat Oklahoma in Norman, get a back-to-back win over Oklahoma, and then they go to the conference championship, possibly have a chance to get into the playoff. I don't know about it, but we'll see. But, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Morgantown is a little crazy. I know everybody's asking.
Hey, put that up. No one knows what you're talking about.
So, no, we were just talking about the, obviously with TCU.
I'm telling you to put it on the screen so they know why you said that.
But how? Couches are burning in Morgantown. Yeah, they're calling for his head, too. Coach, oh, man, why am I forgetting that dude's name? Because he's terrible. He's terrible. Golly, why am I forgetting his name? Come on, Jay. Anyway, they started off the year. It looked like they might have a decent season. They go in, lose the backyard brawl. They lose to Kansas. Nobody's expecting that. It's a tradition when WVU wins. Oh yeah, they're traditional. So Sean's got a point on that. These guys are West Virginia's. They're still thinking that they're the same program that they used to be. They got to win over Towson and Virginia Tech, but then they lose.
I think what he's saying is that it's a tradition that they burn couches after West Virginia wins. I think that's.
So you think that's good? Oh. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that.
I have no idea on that.
Burn couches. That's because the couches are outside anyways. I mean, that's in West Virginia.
Oh, my gosh, bro. Are you serious right now?
I did say that. I'm sorry. But it's weird. They got to win over Baylor. They lose to Texas. Then they get just housed by Tech. I don't know. I don't see them winning. I don't see them winning this game. But here's the thing. All these games that TCU's won that are these bigger games, they've all been at home. So, they beat – yeah, I know they do look at he's like, yeah, look it up. I forgot about that, man. You're right. I forgot about that. But as I said, they're always out. The couch is outside already. It's not like they're burning down the house. So, no. Sorry, guys. Sorry, West Virginia. Yeah,
don't say sorry again after you say it twice.
I'm not even sorry about it. I'm not even sorry. So, yeah. Anyway, but it looks like, to me, honestly, I know that there's people calling for his head as well, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. We'll see kind of what happens over the next couple of weeks, but I don't know, man. He's probably the next guy out. Then you also have, I mean, to me, you're going to probably get Sark would be the next one in the Big 12. If anybody's going to go, it's going to be Sark because they're just knee jerk you. And then the rest of the week, let's take a look at this schedule here. Got to go back to it, man. You got something to say? Anything, Bryce? Come on.
I got plenty to say.
What about what?
However,
tell me about what you think of this Oklahoma State at Kansas State this weekend as well. Adrian Martinez may or may not be back, but
Well, if he's not back, it might be better for Kansas State than if he is. I'm not a big Martinez fan, as everybody knows who watches the show. I don't think he can really throw the football, and what's better for him is just to run it and hand it off. But Oklahoma State, like you said, they like to choke, but I still think they win this game. I don't think Kansas State is as good as their record. I think TCU is good. Kansas State, though, I don't like Kansas State. I think they're better than – they're worse than their record.
I like their coach a lot.
Got a good defense.
I think that they do have a good defense. And then the one thing I'll say is if Adrian's in, they know who they are, and they do what they do.
And the ball
Plus they got Deuce,
run the ball with
and they've got Deuce.
Yep.
What they're going to need to do this week for sure is what Sark wouldn't do, and make sure that Deuce gets 28 carries this week, and they keep the freaking ball out of the hands of the other side. Can Oklahoma State win it? I think that they could lose this one. I don't think they will. I think that they wait a couple of weeks and get beat by Oklahoma because they're going on the road and they never beat Oklahoma twice. And the bigger the game is, the more likely that they get beat. And that's just how I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. I've been saying it for a couple of weeks, but I really think that's how it's going to go. Oklahoma State gets beat this. All the trash they're talking to about being so much better than OU, we're going to find out. And it just happens, sometimes.
Always
Baylor, Texas Tech. Of course.
Baylor, Texas Tech, Baylor should crush them.
They should. But here's the thing. With Joey knows Baylor. He knows Baylor. He knows what they're going to do. He was the assistant head coach there last year, defensive coordinator guy. This is the guy who knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
I could see that being a decent game. And honestly, Baylor hasn't been that good. They haven't played. They lost to freaking West Virginia. So, know what I mean?
Yeah.
Elsewhere, number 2, Ohio State goes on the road to Happy Valley to take on number 13, Penn State. Will they blow them out the same way Michigan did in Ann Arbor a couple of weeks ago?
Oof.
I think they should. I don't know that they will.
Yeah.
I didn't think Penn State. They showed me that they weren't that good. I don't think the Big Ten is good aside from those two teams that we talked about at all. I think it's trash.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. We had a conversation earlier, and I really want to talk about it. I really want to tell people that they should hire me as the athletic director for Nebraska because I promise you I'll fix that program. Guaranteed.
Oh, you're going to get rid of Trev, huh?
Oh, bro, just let me be the athletic director. I guarantee you, it's so simple. Here's what I would do. Step 1, hire.
Everybody listen in here. This is important.
Hire Nebraska. I'm going to send you my resume, and I'm telling you, we're going to come back to old school Nebraska, and we're going to start winning football games again. It's quite simple. You're never going to get the recruits that some of these schools get. I know that you got a good brand, but you're not going to get Urban. Shut up with the Urban stuff. No one wants to see that. No one wants to see Urban Meyer at Nebraska. Nobody.
Why?
Moving on. I'm going to hire the best defensive coach you've ever seen. No, not the wishbone. They didn't run the wishbone, but that's okay. But we're close. You're very close, Sean. We're going to get the best defensive coach in the country. And then I'm going to go out and I'm going to go to Eastern New Mexico University and hire their offensive coordinator. and let him run the option. Bring the option back to Nebraska.
Do they run the triple option at Eastern?
They run it every single play, and they win. They're the winningest team in the state of New Mexico out of every other team in the state.
That's hard. That's hard.
I'm telling you, though, bring those guys in there to coach Nebraska. Let them run the triple option every single play and play good defense.
It might be
and
the
Nebraska
to win.
is back. Well, that's the only way they can win. That's not the easiest way. That's the only way. There's only one way in Nebraska. You're not getting Andre Hopkins. You're not getting Mike Williams. Well, if I get the athletic director job, that's what I'm hiring.
If you went and hired the coach from Eastern New Mexico, they'd fire you tomorrow.
No, they wouldn't, because we would win. And after we won, I would get the job at Alabama, and I'd fire Nick Saban, and I would coach the team. I'm just kidding. I would stay at Nebraska because
what are we talking about?
I don't even know.
What?
But listen,
we just went off the rails here, folks. Off the rails.
Bryce is back, people. I'm back. Come on, flickers. I'm back. Give me the job at Nebraska. I'll teach you how to win.
I don't know. I think that Dave Aranda's going to get the job probably if he wants it. I think he takes it.
He's sold.
Yeah,
see, put that on there.
Yeah,
put it on there. There we go, Sean.
Yeah.
He rags on people.
I think Sean probably.
He ain't ragging
Sean,
on me.
You know what? You've never really told us who are you a fan of, Sean? You troll on everybody, so I want to know who it is.
Got my vote. See, he's my fan. He's a fan of me.
Yeah, he don't like me much. He busts my chops
Eastern
all day
New Mexico University. Their offensive coordinator is Andrew McCraw, by the way. I think, or he's an assistant offensive. You know who that is, right? That's my boy.
I do. He was the quarterback there in Lovington.
Mamma Jamma.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's a good coach. He'll carry him. Let's go, Andrew. Shout out to Andrew.
He said he's a fan of life. You're not going to tell us who you like, huh? Okay. All right.
Fan of life.
Whatever. He's a fan of life. Well, that's good. That's good to know. I'm glad you like living. We're with you. Folks, help us get to 1,000 subscribers. We're well over our watch time on this channel. We would really like to go ahead and monetize this thing all the way. If you would like to help, if you just want to support the show, we got an easy way for you to do it. We are partnered up with the #1 team merchandise retailer in the world, Fanatics. That's right, Fanatics. All you got to do, go to our website, click on that Fanatics logo at the bottom of the page. So, Arkansas. Okay. Yeah, cool. You finally said something. Okay. Yeah. So listen, if you would like to help us out, you can get great merchandise and help us out at the same time. HOFmedia.us/fanatics. That's HOFmedia.us/fanatics. Click on the Fanatics logo at the bottom of the page. Shop as normal. You're going to get up to 65% off just for going through our link. And you help us continue to bring this. Well, I don't know how great the content is today, but we will keep bringing it to you week to week. We've been having fun. Come on. It's been a good time. But listen, guys, obviously, I think this is about that time for you to get off anyways.
I got to get off. I got
a couple minutes. It's all right. We will be back on Saturday night. I don't know if Bryce will be here or not, but I will definitely be back here live Saturday night to break down everything that happened in college football that day.
They'll miss me.
If Oklahoma wins, I'll be really happy. If they don't, I won't. But I can suck it up and power through either way.